Hey everyone, with Control Ultimate Edition now being basically everywhere in the cloud, we thought we would revisit the GeForce NOW and Xbox Cloud Gaming versions in line with the Google Stadia release. Now we have a quick speed test to start with here, and this was a bit of a surprise to be honest. But if you do want to pick up Stadia's version of Control, you will need to shell out $40, whereas it's part of the Game Pass subscription on Xbox Cloud Gaming. And on GeForce Now you will need the Epic version, which is at $10 right now, and the Ultimate Edition is an additional $5. And the big surprise here is that Xbox Cloud Gaming actually came in first, but there's only 4 seconds between first and last here, with Stadia in the middle. Now as we look at the detail here, we've got Stadia in the middle with performance and visuals mode, with Xbox Cloud Gaming on the right and GeForce Now on the left. Looking at the character detail here then, we can definitely see that GeForce Now is much more clear than the other two, and that performance mode on Stadia really does not look very good. The visuals mode though still does look slightly better than Xbox Cloud Gaming here. So we're going to use the Stadia visuals mode going forwards. As we go into one of the first astral planes, where we pick up the telekinesis ability, we really do see those ray tracing effects coming into play on the GeForce Now side, and we've also got that ray trace reflections with the pyramid shape being quite prominent there, of the shadow cast over the top. And as we look at the Stadia version, we see a bit more graininess, no ray tracing at all there, but we do see a bit of shadow of the pyramid, and you can see this tracking as we run along. But we do seem to have this weird overall kind of shadow effect. And then with Xbox Cloud Gaming, everything just looks a bit more blurry, and we don't seem to have any reflections there at all. Looking at a bit of combat here, with the cutscenes it's all pretty close, but when we come into the main combat, starting with GeForce Now here, we just see how fluid this is, and these effects that we'll see on the powers and the kind of explosion effects really do pop out. Just look at the amount of debris that we're seeing flying around here, and those trails on these monsters, as well as the ray trace reflections that we can see bouncing off all the objects, and just the lighting in general really is superb here. So although this is only 1080p, we do get that high quality on GeForce Now, as long as you have that priority tier, which will cost you an extra £10 a month. As we look at the Stadia side, again with those visuals, we're seeing that we're actually capped at 30 frames per second here, which does give a bit of jerkiness and a bit of a juddery feel as we're moving around in the fast combat. We don't have as much debris effect, but it still looks very good. And looking at the floor, we get, rather than the clean reflections, it looks a little bit grainy. But the other effects around the monsters really do look quite good here, and are in line with the GeForce Now version. Again, at 1080p it's looking fairly close, but ray tracing does just add another dimension, I feel. But for Stadia, you can just purchase the game and play for free at 1080p, which is a huge advantage, even with that $40 upfront cost. As we look at Xbox Cloud Gaming, we see reduced visuals again, but the floor, rather than looking grainy, is a little bit smoother. So although it has some dialed down effects, it does seem a little bit clearer here. I'm not sure why that is, whether it's just have the reflections turned off completely. All three of these were played with a controller for parity, and I must admit that Xbox Cloud Gaming did feel extremely smooth. Stadia did have a little bit of latency to me, or it just felt a little bit off. I can't quite put my finger on it. And GeForce Now was also clear. As we come to one of the later astral planes to finish off, we see those ray tracing effects in full effect on GeForce Now again. And again we see this kind of strange shadow effect going on Stadia, where the light kind of gets hidden so we don't see those reflections. I really don't know what's causing this, but I saw it quite often on the Stadia side where it'd go a bit darker, and then you just would not get those reflection effects. Xbox Cloud Gaming is kind of in the middle. So let us know in the comments below which one you feel is best here. With the Epic deal on GeForce Now for basically getting Ultimate Edition for £15 or $15, it is an absolute bargain. However, to get those ray tracing effects, you will need that priority tier at an extra £10 or dollars a month. You can play the console version there of Control on Xbox Cloud Gaming as long as you have Game Pass Ultimate at $11 a month. Or of course at 1080 you can play for free on Google Stadia, just paying that $40 up front for the game. If you did want to play at 4K though, you will also need the Pro tier at another $9 a month. But take a look at our Stadia 4K comparison to see if you feel that the 4K is worth it. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.